Spinderella cut it up one time.
Hi folks, thanks for tuning in today. So our first topic of the hour is catcalling. What are the right ways to get picked up? What are the wrong ways?
Well, I have to say that personally, I never got with any guy that catcalled me. I don't know. No, it just doesn't work.
No.
And I don't really know. Does it work on you? Did you ever go on a date with a guy that did that? Did you ever?
No,
I
like when they whistle.
You
They
like
whistle
really?
nice. Yeah.
I hate that.
And I'm like,
I don't like that.
yeah, you better believe that.
Better recognize. But you know, I don't know.
I high five them.
I used to take it personally. Like, dudes are there and they appreciate the beauty and they just whistle. And I know that it gets annoying, but I was like, you know what? It's not that. I'm not going to get angry every single time it happens. I'm hot.
Well, I think that whistling to me reminds me of what you do with an animal.
Yes.
So that's why I don't like it. I mean, if you're going to come up to me and compliment me, that's another story. I think there's ways to approach somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my issue with it. Whistling is not one of them.
Well, can I just add this? I have to say, somebody that I really, 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 really find very attractive and adore actually whistles to me when we're apart.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to, and there's a specific whistle, and it's just like, yes, I'm coming.
But that's an inside
Whistle,
moment. You know,
yeah.
it's intimate. It's an inside joke that you guys have together, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
not
what
the
if
same.
the guy gets the pitch? Maybe we have pitches.
What do you mean?
Maybe there's a pitch. There's a pitch that gets you.
You mean like bird? You mean like bird calling?
Or
Because
maybe-
that's what I mean. It
or-
reminds me of animals.
Or
Like,
maybe
I'm sorry.
okay, like a
Like
guy
a
comes
frequency that's like
Not
attuned
that
to
to
part.
your body.
No.
With your body.
That
Who
doesn't
knows? Like,
work
I'm
with
throwing
me.
it out there. Just
Who knows, though?
That does not work with me.
How does
No.
Oh
That's
my
just
God, that
creepy
is
and
creepy.
perverted. No. You know what? A man that walks by me and tells me you look good, you're
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, how's your day going? Sure. That's no problem. Even a line. But whistling,
Mm-hmm. No.
that sound, no, thank you. That will make me roll my eyes. I won't give you the time of day. It's just not going to happen.
But even the guys that give you compliments,
Mm-hmm.
I find that thank you. You know, I will say thank
Yeah.
you, but most of the time they expect something from you. They expect that you're gonna pursue this. That I'm walking down the street. I'm going somewhere, right?
Mhm.
And then I feel like they expect you to just drop whatever you were doing and just like, hey, girl, you're beautiful, and oh, thank you. Should we go and have a coffee and pursue this conversation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's this pressure that I feel from most guys, and that's why even when they say, "Hey, girl, you're beautiful," I'm like, "Thank you," and I just keep walking.
I usually do too, but I find like if a guy does something original,
Like
like
what?
he puts effort in it, and I don't know, like something will happen within that moment that will catch my eye, make me laugh, or I'll be like, oh, that's kind of cute,
Mm-hmm.
It could happen.
Has it ever worked? Does anyone of you? We're 4 women
Have
here.
I ever called a man that gave me his number off, like on the street, you mean, or in a club?
No. Catcalling specifically. A guy in the street that said, "Hey, girl, you're beautiful today." Did that ever Did it ever work?
Anywhere? I don't know.
That's a good
Yes,
question.
It has.
Yeah.
It has gone somewhere. I've had a situation where someone did that on the street, and I was like, "Thank you very much," and I kept walking. And then he walked me on the side, far enough for me to see, and then he kept speaking to me, and I was like, okay. It was like, what is he gonna say? I don't remember what he said, but it was interesting.
Mm.
So I kind of was like, oh, you're interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I kept walking. It wasn't, I guess the energy was okay,
Uh-huh.
but we walked for like 2 blocks and ended up getting me a drink at a very nice bar, like a really one of those little, and we had a nice conversation. And at the end, I was like, thank you for the conversation, but I'm not going to call you.
Mm.
Not, not rudely, but I was just like, didn't feel like
Truthfully.
taking it anywhere
Okay.
from there. And he enjoyed himself. So that has worked for me.
Yeah,
That
I
is
know,
amazing because this is the first time I ever hear anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You were talking about pressure, and I do get what you're saying, like the pressure from the men, but there's also that inner pressure. Like I realized there was a part of me that I don't know where it comes from, this idea that even say someone says, I like you, you feel the need to do something about it. And the day I realized, hey, you're allowed to like me, and I don't have to do anything about it. I don't even have to entertain it. Thank you for expressing it. But no, I don't have to come now and turn it into something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Once I
God.
let go of that pressure, it really, I don't know, I guess catcalling or whatever, I'd separated from it. And yeah, sometimes it's enjoyable. It's like, it comes and hits that part of me that's like, yeah, right, I know. Ain't nothing happening, but I know. You recognize, I recognize. We all do. It's all good.
Well, he was interesting too, but I do know that there is another extreme to catcalling, which comes from, like, for example, a person who just continues to be coercive
Yeah.
in their approach. I don't like coercion. If you want something from me, I'll give it to you, if I can give it to you.
If you want to.
If you need it, and if you want it, I'll give it to you if I can. But when you try to coerce me, you're putting pressure. Like, And so guys do that on the street sometimes. Or you talk to someone and after a while you feel like, I don't feel like continuing this conversation. Can I have your number? I want to call you.
Can I have it?
Okay, you call me. And it's like, it's not going to really? Don't pressure me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now with the phones, it's even worse. They'll just hand you the phone, put your number in it. You know, it is. It's a lot of
mail. Here's the number. My
I
phone.
get that a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
No, sorry, I have a man. That's
See?
my thing. But you know what? That's another thing. I'll say I have a man, and they'll be all, that's okay. I'm not jealous. Things like that. Like I get that all the time. That doesn't even work anymore.
That doesn't even work.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's just.
But it's like we need tricks. We need tricks, you know? We need to be, you can't just be like, hey, you know what? I'm not interested.
But
You
it
need to
depends
have a
on
reason.
it depends
A
on the
real
man.
reason.
This is the thing. Like, you know, before I used to be a person, I had zero tolerance for it. I've gotten much better, but it's just because, you know, I want to go out of my house. I go from point A to point B without getting bothered.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's okay to, like I said, if you're going to approach me in a nice, respectful manner, that's fine. If you start following me, if you start getting into my space, touch me, I mean, why is that okay? I wouldn't accept
Why?
that from anybody.
Yeah.
Never mind a man. Just, this is my space. You don't need to invade my space. And you don't have to be disrespectful. And I just feel there's a lot of, not a lot, there's some men out there that get pleasure in bothering the woman and harassing her, because I notice I'll be walking down the street and then all of a sudden I'm surrounded by like 3-4 men. They're friends, and I say no, or in a polite way, because now I'm surrounded by 4 men. I'm not trying to be rude. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude. But if I say no and then it's like I say no again and say no again, they start getting rude and laughing. They laugh at my response. So really, your approach is just to bother me,
To intimidate you.
to intimidate
To
me.
instill fear
Yes,
and feeling unsafe.
right, you know.
It's crazy because then there's the parallel. Well, we were talking to a few of our male friends, and they're saying it's so scary to approach a woman, and you have to get used to rejection, and it's like
Right.
the scariest thing. And in ways, it's easier for women than it is to men to approach someone you're interested in, and that comes into play too. Like I feel like a lot of, say, catcalling or all of that, what you just described, is
Right.
really insecurity for guys surrounding a girl. You know, they feel safe. They're a gang now. What? If you were alone, would you approach me like that? No, you probably not. You know,
And I do feel bad. I just want to say I do feel bad that I'm aware that men have it worse. You know, they have to deal with rejection. They have to deal with all these things like Asa just said. It's true. And I'm aware of that now. So I'm not trying to be rude to someone that's not rude with me.
Yeah.
But the problem is, where do we draw the line?
Well, I don't think we should be the ones drawing the line. That's just the thing, is that we're trying to control, like, for example, what's going on in Peru, which I can understand completely. But once you require another person to come and step in front of you and draw a line for you to control you so that you can behave yourself, it's really, I feel sad in moments like that. I mean, I know that it's necessary. I just feel sad in moments like that. I would like to believe that when I leave the house, I want to be treated well. I have intentions to treat everybody well, get from point A to B. I'm not even thinking about problems. I'm not thinking about stress because I have those things going. So I'm not trying to expect some random cray-crayville person to show up and like harass me.
Mm-hmm.
I like my music. I'm listening to my classes. I'm going to go see my girls. You know, I got things to do. So I want to meet people who have the same intention that as me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be complimented.
Yeah.
I look good.
You do, girl.
I took time to look good. I want someone to say, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate the compliments
But
too.
the compliments are nice. But the thing is, I personally feel I just don't want to feel afraid of you.
Exactly.
I don't want to feel like I need to walk faster. I don't want to feel like I'm unsafe because you are in my space now and I don't know what can happen. If most guys were just really cool and just, hey, you look good today, or, you know, anything that's nice, that's just a compliment, or just hello, and not expecting anything in return and not putting that pressure and not following you around and all that, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I think that the reason why we're getting to the whole, you know what, maybe we need to regulate catcalling is because, you know,
It's out of hand.
Exactly.
When
That
does
was you
it,
today.
that's it. When does it become harassment?
Mhm.
You know, and this is what happened in Peru. I'll clarify.
Mhm.
They passed a law in Peru where men could do up to 12 years imprisonment for catcalling,
Why?
specifically for whistling. And when I first read this, I was like, wow, that's completely exaggerated.
That's extreme. Yeah.
That's extreme. I mean, and how do you regulate that? They're training the cops for it down there. But at the same time, when I was talking to Lady Andy about this, she was saying that we were just talking about how it's become an issue, but also we have to keep in mind in certain areas of the world, I'm South American. There's a lot of rape going on in South America. So, you know, catcalling could turn into something else very easily.
Mhm.
But I've also seen other articles that were saying, well, should we implement that in, you know, North America and Europe? And where does it become a problem? Where does it become harassment? How do you regulate that?
I don't think
It's
you
so
can.
touchy.
It's touchy, because I think that's too much.
12
Like,
years, like,
Up to 12 years.
yeah. I mean, there are people who do
Murder.
who kill people and they're out of jail in a few years, less than 12 years. So it's true. Where do you find the balance? I don't know.
There's something that Sybil actually said
Mm.
earlier to me, which really stuck to me. She said, well, this is an environment where they have high, and I'm not sure, I don't know the statistics, but there's an expectation of violence. It's a much more violent environment. And I'm not trying to claim there's correlations, violence, and blah, blah, blah. But that said, when catcalling can result in rape and murder, like it has done it, I come from an environment where it's not like that. But you can get raped much more easily than we can here. You have to be so secure. So if a man is catcalling you, you're not likely to want to just sit there and have a nice chat with him. I wouldn't do
No,
that.
but you see what I was saying before, being
Yeah.
surrounded by 3 men?
Yeah.
That's here. That doesn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
But maybe in another environment, being surrounded by 3 men could lead to a rape.
Well, that's where
You
I'm
know,
coming in, is that
so-
I'm having conversations. I still maintain relationships with
Right.
people from all these different places who are in different stages in their lives. And I recognize that there's anger in those men. And I'd like to address that anger.
Mm.
I know you have valid reasons for being angry. Completely understand that. There's a lot of stuff going on in those places. They don't have money. They have pressures. They can't really get girlfriends. When they talk to a woman, they expect to be rejected. It's not a very good environment for them. I understand. However, what you said before, if you feel threatened from the get-go, out of experience or in the past, or you're projecting that violence or angry energy towards a person, they're not likely to come and approach you and say, I've been chosen, you and I have been chosen to have a conversation now. It's not going to happen because you're scaring the person. And so whatever you have to take by force. And it's not enjoyable. I don't care what you say to yourself in the moment. You have to keep doing it because it's not enjoyable and you're not getting what you really want.
Which is a human connection.
What is a connection?
Love.
Well, even if you, not always love.
Yeah.
Most likely
Or
that's
maybe love.
not what they're thinking about most of the time. But let's just keep it simple. You're not going to get a number like that from a woman.
No.
But then again,
Chances are.
on the flip side, ladies and gentlemen, there are women that like it.
Yeah.
There are. So there are women that do like getting approached like that. I've seen it. I've seen it on the street. I've seen it in the club. I see it everywhere. And it astonishes me.
But you know what? In the club,
It's true.
I find that in the club it's different. It's an environment
For
created
that.
for
that's
that.
true. Very
so
true.
when I'm in a
Very
club,
Oh, you want to go get crunk in the club?
Yeah.
in a club,
Very
in
true.
a
Good
bar,
Good point.
I'm sitting there and some guy approaches me. Even if the line is weird, it's different. I'm not gonna be afraid. First of all,
No, I won't be afraid either in a club,
you know,
ironically.
you could be, but I'm not. First of all, there's people around.
Mhm.
And the setting. The setting is made for that. It's
Yeah.
made for people to connect and meet each other and
Yeah.
possibly exchange fluids.
But if I can say
We're
one
talking
thing,
about drinks.
in one way, I agree. But the other day, maybe last year, I went out for a friend's birthday. I hadn't gone clubbing in so long, and I was like, you know what, let's go have a good time. And I was there, and like you said, it's the environment is created for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know, it hit me that night, because say you meet me in a different setting, there are a lot of things that you're just not going to treat me a certain way. There are certain ways I'm just not going to be treated if you meet me in a normal setting. But in a club, I'm just like any one of those girls. You know what I mean? Of those girls, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
And I was there, and this dude approached me and wanted, you know how they do, just like mosey on over, and I'm like, no, I was like, what? You can't dance on your own. Like, I was just being playful, and like I kind of pushed him away to be like, okay, I need my space. Mm-hmm. And he grabbed my wrist,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay. At first, I thought it was funny. I was like, okay, but he wouldn't let it go, and for a moment, I got really scared, and I realized, yeah, there are people around, but he could literally grab me and pull me anywhere, and no one would really notice, or what can I really do, And that's because he felt embarrassed because I didn't want to dance with him when he just kind of barged in and stepped into my personal space, started rubbing up on me, like, and I tried to brush it off, like, ha ha ha, dude, like, relax, that's, do your own thing. And it really traumatized me that night. I was like, wow, like, after that I didn't go clubbing for a while, because I was like, okay, I'm going there to dance, but I have to be aware of the milieu I'm going into. I have to be aware of where I'm going and the kind of people that are going to be there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, so as much as, yeah, there's that side where it's like, yeah, it's cool. You go there, you want to get, you're going to meet people. This is the environment for it. It can get scary sometimes.
I actually have a crazy story.
Cray cray of the day. Cray cray of the day.
Well, good. I could laugh about it now, but it was so scary. I was at a club with a friend of mine a couple of years ago, and a guy approached me, wanted to dance. I was like, no, I'm okay. Thank you, though. I was very polite, and he insisted. So, the to-go thing is to say, well, I have a man. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He started getting very aggressive, got in my face, and persisted and I've never, ever, ever, ever seen anyone be that persistent. And he ended up threatening me that he'd wait outside for me with a gun.
Wow.
Okay, so I had to actually leave the club from the back door, and I could see from upstairs. There was windows. He was actually waiting downstairs.
Jeez.
So, it happens. Anytime you've got to leave a club from the back door because someone's threatening you with a gun, just because you said no, is absolutely nuts. Which I just saw an article about that today. Remember, we were talking about that.
That's right.
A girl in the United States got shot and she was in the club with her fiance and got approached by a man, wouldn't give her number. He became insistent and he shot her.
Oh dear.
So maybe we need those regulations.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
the thing.
But I read somewhere, and I forget where. Like I really need to work on my sources. That men are afraid, like in online dating and meeting women that they've never seen before. They're afraid that the chick's gonna be fat or ugly, and women are afraid to get raped or murdered.
Wow.
So that really goes to show.
There's an issue. There is an issue.
There is an issue, and I think it goes far in the sense that as long as women are objectified,
Yeah.
as long as it's okay to grab a woman, and do whatever you want with her, or she dressed a certain way, and things like that. It goes far. It goes far. It's the catcalling is linked with a whole perception of women.
A social issue.
Exactly. It's huge.
That's a good point, because there was a problem in Montreal not that long ago, I believe half a year ago, where somebody got raped in a taxi, and the police made a statement after that saying that women shouldn't dress a certain way if they don't want these incidents happening.
Or they shouldn't take a taxi alone at night. It's like, what? How am I supposed to get home, though?
I'm actually
What, are we not
going
supposed to go to the club?
I'm actually going to mention this because this is a very deep conversation in itself.
Yeah,
indeed.
So there's a proverb. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm saying it to everybody.
Yes.
Be careful what you fish and you catch, because when you catch it, you're going to have to deal with it. So if you want to have connection, you gotta rape somebody and kill them to get a good time. You're always going to have to do that. And that sucks for you. Because it's a turn off. If you catch me with some bad intentions, there's going to be a problem. So just say, we wanted to talk about what turns us off and turns us on.
Yeah.
Preferably what turns us on.
Yes, absolutely.
Because rape and kidnapping is a turn off.
Absolutely.
But before we even get into that, let's talk about the other side too, because I mean, there is a way to pick up women that's enjoyable.
Yes.
And I think some women also exaggerate.
They're like mean.
Yeah,
They're mean.
from the get-go.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
Why are you so
rude,
mean?
rude. The guy was just approaching you. Hey, what's up? Oh, please, whoa.
It's
Yeah.
like, gee.
Already
What is wrong
turning
with
her
you?
back.
Yeah, like
and you can
panties
feel
in
the guy's
butt.
pain.
So boo-boo kitty. Listen, somebody's saying hello to you. When has been hello a problem?
I
You
know.
have problems in your situation. Whatever's going on.
Or even,
Crazy.
but there's also, so there's always, I feel like there's like 5 sides to this medal,
Mhm.
But sometimes I get approached in the street and I'm in a bad mood. I had a shitty day
Yeah.
and I am
Ooh.
not in a good mood. So I have my music on and I'm walking fast, like military style, like
Yeah.
getting somewhere.
I wouldn't want to approach you like that.
No, I would
But
not.
some men do. They don't read the person. It's just like, hey girl,
They just looking
why
at the
don't you
booty.
smile?
I
They
suggest
just-
they
Oh.
Why
all
don't you smile?
That is the worst.
I'm like, cause I'm having a shit day. Do you want to sit down with me and talk about it?
You know what I just
That's
say?
a good answer. You should
I'll just
actually
give you
follow
a
that.
million reasons
Have you
why I
ever-
ain't smiling, and you're one of them.
Uh,
That's what I say. I have 1,000,001 reasons, and you're one of them.
That's good.
Want to ask me again?
But you know what's good about your answer? Is that it really does eliminate a huge population And then the guy who hears that and goes, oh.
But you know what?
Da-da-da-da.
But you know what? The man, but now look, I'll flip it. The man that could take my response and find something witty to say to me and actually make me smile after I said all of that, he could switch it around.
Ding, ding, ding.
And you got yourself a number.
We have turn on number 1.
What is it?
Be responsible for how much you're willing to say to a woman on the street and deal with it. And if you don't want the response, then she didn't, whatever. If she said no, be able to say, okay, no, thank you, or okay, I really got you.
Have a nice day. I've gotten that from men too. Very polite. They just are, all right, well, keep smiling. And they walk away.
Yeah.
Or I'll have the once in the blue moon, the man that will be witty enough to find a way past my rejection and actually make me smile. That guy, I'll talk to you.
Actually, it's confidence. All that stuff. Turn on number 1
And
is
witty.
confidence.
And witty.
Confidence.
Wittiness.
Can I just say, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what it is about guys who write properly. You know, some people approach you and they write like ass, and I'm like, I can't even concentrate on what you're trying to tell me.
It's like, I feel like you're illiterate.
Yeah, you're illiterate.
When I read your messages or
Right.
whatever it is, I feel like you're illiterate.
Exactly, and it's like, did you go to school? Is this like is this a serious situation? No, I'm serious. It's one of those things like where I don't know. Every time I meet someone and we're chatting and they I mean everything is on point. You know, you don't have to start with how do you say majuscule? I forget. Why do I forget?
Caps. No.
Majuscule.
Majuscule.
Capital letters.
Yes. Capital letters. Thank you. What is wrong with me? Okay, so
It's fine.
you don't have to start your sentences with a capital letter and end with a period every time. But there's something about you writing properly that hits that spot in me that I'm like, wow, you are smart. You are intelligent. So I guess intelligence is a turn on for me.
But you know, that's like, that's after he got you catcalling though. Because now he's got your number and you guys are exchanging.
I don't know what it takes for a man catcalling on the street to get a lady. You're going to have to wait for another conversation for that, you know, but the smell. If you got close enough.
Yeah, he needs to smell good.
Oh, God, yeah.
A man that smells good.
Yeah, that helps.
Versus a man who doesn't, a guy who kind of, you will run far away.
I would rather sit next to somebody that's like unclean and doesn't smell like anything than somebody that's like in a suit and that just BO like all over me, you know?
Just
Seriously, like the smell, it's such a good point, Chichi. Such a good point.
For real. So what else? Girl, Sybil? Turn on, turn off?
Please.
God, I do have
Milkshake.
For me, like I said, wit is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, we were talking about it in the last podcast, seduction or game. Just approach me in a way that will make me smile, will make me think, that will challenge me. Because I'm quick on my toes. So I'll be quick to come up with something to say to you. But if you could hang with me right there, you know, and find a way to just, how could I say this? Not overpower me, but, you know, you're
tease
going,
you a little bit.
Tease me and go
surprise you.
Yeah, surprise me. That's a good, And I'm not surprised easily, so I feel a little bad about
Girl,
that.
I feel sorry for the brothers listening to this right. They're like, teasing. I don't understand.
But I think you also have to know when to let go. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you've tried to approach somebody and it doesn't work. And I think a good point for men is that it's not because I'm not interested that you're a bad person.
Absolutely
Same
not.
Same goes, you know, you tried your luck and it didn't work out. Maybe it has nothing. It's like an audition. You know, you put your stuff out there, and sometimes, many times, it's gonna be rejected, and it doesn't necessarily reflect on your talent. It's like, you know what, you're not the right casting.
You know what?
There's
Let's be realistic,
7
though.
billion people on the planet.
Okay, but we
It's gonna
say
be
that.
alright.
Yeah.
No, but wait a
Plenty
minute.
more coming.
But wait a minute. We say that, but poor men, because we don't like to be rejected.
Nobody
And
likes
women
to be
have a
rejected.
huge problem with rejection.
That's true.
We don't go through it as often as men do.
Right.
Yeah, I want to call attention to that because it's not easy for men. You know, they have to approach this woman, and the chances are usually like 20, a ratio of 20 to 80. You know, 80 you might get rejected, 20 you might get somewhere.
I would
And
go
even
90-10.
90-10, yeah.
Well, for
No,
the guys,
it's just-
where that's concerned, I do actually have compassion for that, and that brings me to my actual ultimate turn on, which is someone who's like me. I want to come to my highest self when I meet you. I will try. I'm not perfect, but I will try. And it's because of everything I've gone through. So I've been rejected before.
Uh-huh.
It's been very painful on many levels, and I know what it's like to not get what I want.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn to deal with that. So that's not being afraid to go for what you want.
Mm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. I'll know you when you come, that you are not afraid. And when you're not afraid, and everyone can benefit from not being afraid to get from what they want, I'll recognize you. You recognize me. You'll be able to know today is not the day.
It's difficult too because what works for like Deanne might not work for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what you know.
But that's why I say it goes back to the audition process.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go in, you give what you got, and sometimes you get rejected.
Right.
Like, getting angry or, breaking stuff or hurting yourself or people is not going to change anything to it. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a hard process, and yes, most of the time men are doing the whole approach thing, and they're the ones who get rejected. But I mean, there's ways to deal with rejection that
True,
don't involve.
But I also think some women don't make it easy either. We didn't really touch on it. We touched on it a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But there are women out there, it's like you're not even half sentence. And they're rolling their eyes, they're like getting rude, giving the man attitude. And the guy was just trying to, say hello.
Well, that's what
You
I
know?
call that's what I call the syndrome of, I'm sorry to curse again, shitting on your heart. That's the woman's power. A woman has power to really reject you. So, girls too, whatever it is that's caused you to get to that point,
Yeah.
check yourselves at the door because
Yeah,
you
you
are
wreck
just
yourself.
really sending some hateful energy out
Really,
there.
though. And you're not making it easy for everybody else. And I just think on both sides there's insecurities. Men that harass women,
Yeah.
Mhm.
most likely they have some type of issues going on, very serious ones, and bitterness, and you're holding all kind of stuff. Don't take it out on us, you know.
Right, for
And
real.
on the other side, women also have insecurities, and I think if you cannot accept a man giving you a compliment, you do have issues.
What would you do with a good guy?
Yeah, what would you do
Big
with
girl,
a
I
man?
made you eggs this morning.
So,
Wow. But there are women like that. They're never happy. And even as a woman, I find other women beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those women. I do not have a problem telling another woman, your dress is beautiful.
Your shoes, your hair.
Yeah.
Where did you get your hair done, your nails?
Today.
And you know what? A lot of girls get really rude with me. And I'm a girl.
It's true. It's true.
So I'm like, wow, you're insecure. Really.
I don't understand.
Because if a woman approaches me, it's happened to me actually in the elevator many, many times, and women are, oh, wow, I love your shoes, I love your dress. Where'd you get it? I will totally spark a conversation with you. Oh, thank you.
I'll
Girl.
tell you where I got it.
Yeah. And I love if a woman does that. Oh my God. And we'll totally spark up a conversation. Oh, you should check out this place. But a lot of women actually have a rude response with other women. So you could just imagine those same women with men. I don't even want to see it. I feel bad.
But you know what? There's some guys who like a woman like that.
Uh,
They want to get to her
feisty
gate.
is one thing. I'm feisty.
Yes, you are.
But now we're
I
falling into
agree.
types.
That's all good.
Some
I
people
own
like
it.
this, some people like that.
Girl.
I own it. I am feisty, but feisty and rude are not the same thing.
No.
feisty and attitude are not the same.
Yeah, but rude needs to match up with somebody. There's some angry brothers out there. So rude and angry, go have babies
maybe.
together.
Can
Maybe.
I just say? So we're talking about rude and angry.
Mhm.
That is one of like a big turn off.
Oh
And like this is if you're rude, if you have no manners, go hide somewhere. Don't come my way. Just don't do it.
Amen, my sister.
Right? It's just
Amen.
like not. It doesn't work. It's not nice,
For
and
real.
it just reeks of insecurity and issues. Everyone's got baggage, and it's different sizes. You know, some it's a cute little purse, and then you open it, and it's like a well of deep, I don't know what in there.
Twilight Zone, black hole.
Right? And others, it's like a huge suitcase, and you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And they open it, and you're like, oh, it's not so bad. A few cobwebs, it's okay.
I
But,
can do my thing.
you know, like, don't.
But
You need to be polite.
She says it so she's rubbing her forehead. Like,
Another
It's giving
turn
her a
on.
headake just thinking about it.
Rudeness.
Would you
Human.
like some Advil?
Reset to
girl.
human nature 1.0 and then go from there.
Another turn on I find is honesty.
Yeah.
You know, but not too honest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we were talking about baggage, and it's like I don't need to know about all your problems the second I meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
What
tell
would
me
you
your
like?
traumas.
What would you like a guy to tell you? What would you like a man to be telling you? This is the next topic, yeah?
First date, for instance. What is enough to say on a first date and not to say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I think that really depends, eh? It depends on the connection.
I agree.
You know, sometimes you have like a
100%.
crazy connection,
Yep.
and you're like, I'm gonna stop here. He doesn't need to know more, and you just ramble. You just open up your bag, and you're like, this is me. Take me as I am. You know?
But she's so right. She's so right because
I've been
I could
waiting
say
for you.
absolutely nothing on the first date and be just like, you know, just fluffy stuff, you know. And then I've had some serious connections where it was like, even the guy was asking me, so, do you want children? Do you want to get married? What is it that you want? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I want children, but, you know, this is where I'm at. It's happened.
It depends. Yeah.
It depends on the connection. It
Yeah.
really, 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 really is. And I see Lady Andy looking at me, and I'm about to blush. It's like-
But I've had a situation where I was dating a guy for a while, and I thought his mother was dead.
Yes.
Oh my
You know? And then I found out that she wasn't. And I
Why
was
did
like,
you think that though?
Yeah. How did you? Please say it. Like, how did you find out?
okay, so the guy has a sister, and at some point we met up with her, and she's like, hey, I'm going to see my mom, and she leaves. So I turned to my guy, and I'm like, huh, I didn't know you and your sister had different moms. And he's like, we don't. We have the same mom. And I'm like, I thought your mom was dead.
Did he ask you why you thought that?
Yeah. The reason why I thought his mother was dead is that, first of all, he never talked about her. He always
Okay.
talked about her in the past. And
In the
I did.
past, wow.
I did ask him about his mother, and he was like, "Oh, she's dead to me."
Oh.
That's never a good.
You know? Yes, but you know, at that point, I had been.
serious.
But at that
mommy
point,
issues.
Yeah.
I had been dating him for a while, like
Yeah.
more than a year.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to say this.
That's why honesty.
I want to
No,
apologize.
that's
Because
weird.
if you have a mother that you wish was dead, doesn't mean you don't deserve love. It just means that, frankly, at this point in at least my life,
You might want to explain though.
yeah.
But that's why I said
We
honesty.
can't. We can't do.
Me can't do
can't
it.
do.
Me can't do it.
Somebody out there gonna love you. I trust you.
But it won't be me.
I love you, but from a distance.
Let me ask you
It's
ladies
work.
a question.
It's work he got to go through.
Yeah.
When do you think is the right moment to tell a man, you know, about certain baggage that you have or things that are painful that have happened in your life or, you know,
But not on the first date.
no, clearly not. Clearly not.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Like you were saying, it depends. It depends because every person you meet is gonna bring something out, something different out of you in a way, you know. And I think you have like your general overall persona that you have with most people, and then you meet certain people, and that goes out the window. window, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're there and you're
That is
like
Like an open book.
yeah, you're like, why am I exposed?
But actually, well, you said that, right? But in a way, it's comforting when you can be an open book
Yeah.
with another individual. As much as it is scary.
It's unsettling.
No, it is nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it's comforting.
It's freeing.
Girl,
It's absolutely
I am
free.
with you. I am with you 100%. But can you say for real though? Like, let's just put this out there.
Okay.
Those who are 17, all right,
They shouldn't be
you are
listening
not.
to this podcast.
This is not
but
time. Yeah, first of all, you're not supposed to, but I know you are. Okay. This is not the time to dive, Boo Boo Kitty. I know you think you're diving now, but no, don't go dive and be like,
Pace yourself.
I want to run. Calm yourself down.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, but the
Yeah.
problem is also when women are mature and they are not ready to dive,
Yeah.
and that's also an issue because at a certain point you gotta take that plunge.
What
that
everybody's
dive.
afraid to
No,
get
it's not
hurt.
good, but you have
Yeah,
to do
we're
some
all
work.
scared.
Yeah, you
We're
gotta.
all scared to get hurt.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all are.
But you know how we were talking about rejection, and we're
Mhm.
saying for men to approach women, that it's true. It's not easy, and I'm happy that it's really not the general known convention that I have to go and approach a guy that I'm into, you know. But I find that it's at the next step that we experience the most, the most rejection.
You know what?
Once we have connected,
Yeah.
that's when it's like, once we start diving, that's when it's like, where you going though? It's like, I thought we were diving together.
But you know what? That is true because I find that men dive at the beginning and we're more reserved.
Yeah. Most of the time. That's what
Right?
happens.
Men are the ones that dive at the beginning and we're more reserved. And then when we're just like, okay, I'm getting comfortable in this water.
You're in the deep end and he's going up. He's going back up.
Gone, he's
Y'all are
gone.
seeing each other as you're going down. You're going up.
Now you're hearing your echo. Where are you? Hello?
That's a great image. That's a great image. You have like your scuba diving gear. You're like deep end, and he's like, "Yo, I'm done." Bro.
Yeah, he's like, that was nice.
Yeah, so at one point they
That
get
is
cold
so
feet,
true,
but
bro.
it's like, okay, you did all of this for me to dive.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm here with you in the water, we're here.
Where you at though?
Now
Where
you're
you
getting
at?
cold?
Yeah.
Who said it? No, there's someone. It was Bob Marley. There's a Bob Marley quote. And I know it's hard because you want to feel your emotions, brothers, but you don't own them, and that shit sucks. Okay? With this,
It's
don't,
true.
Don't call a woman's soul. I don't know what he said, but this don't
If
call
you
a
wake
woman's
a woman-
soul if you ain't ready.
Don't awaken the emotions of a woman if you're not ready to catch them.
Right.
Can we snap our fingers?
Yes.
to that one?
Snap,
Thank
snap.
you.
No, but girls need to do the same thing.
No, girls need to
Girls-
own, but that's the thing, is if you're going to say something, own it.
Mm-hmm.
Please. That goes to men and that goes
And
to
women.
women.
Can I actually connect that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you if you see like a replication of that in, for example, there's a whole thing they say about women's clothing. We were touching on it.
Yeah.
So if you wear booty shorts
Uh-huh.
that show your bum hanging out
Mhm.
and a little bra top, and you go out at 2 a.m, let's say you live in Montreal,
Mm-hmm.
you go out by yourself,
Good luck.
and then you grind on a guy all night, and
Uh-huh.
then you leave the club, and you've been drinking. I'm not judging you. I know you got some stuff going on. And then you leave. There is a message that is sent out there. You have to take responsibility. I know this.
Yeah.
Many people
Yes.
will not like that I said it,
No,
But it's
I
true.
agree with
but
you.
there is a message that's sent out there, and you are trying to revive the beast in a person. Just keep that in mind, please.
That's a very good point. Because if you're dressing like that, you have to expect to get a certain type of attention. I cannot own it. I'm all for it. You want to wear the booty shorts and the halter tops and cleavage and the high heels all together. Cool.
Own it.
I have nothing to say about it.
Right.
But own it and do not turn around and go, I don't understand why I'm getting this type of attention. Bullshit.
I actually know
Bullshit,
a girl
bullshit,
who does
bullshit.
that.
But wait,
Yeah.
bullshit. But this is where I have an issue. I don't dress like that. So why am I getting the same type of attention as that girl?
Because that's the thing. That's where I disagree with that whole message thing. Because
Mhm.
you can dress however you want, but as a woman, we're objectified anyway. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that if she wants to go and dress like that, and dress booty shorts, whatever, all those things that we named,
Yeah.
go ahead, dress up like that. Okay, you're gonna get a certain type of attention, but it's not because I'm getting that type of attention that I want to take it to the next level.
Oh, for sure,
or
doesn't
that
make
I'm
it right.
forced to take
No,
it to
sure
the next
not.
level.
You're not.
But what I'm
You're
saying,
not.
don't act shocked
But there
that
is-
you're getting that type of attention and then complain and complain and complain.
There is an energy. I know a girl who
Mhm.
does that. I know a girl who can wear she's big kahunas, she's gorgeous beyond, she's like, I'll wear my booty shorts, I can't wait for summer to come out. I don't know what it is about her, but she does live her life like that. She's sexually open. She doesn't mean that she has to have sex with you, but she continues to maintain her life that way. I don't know how she does it. She has guys, online that are a little bit too much, but she has a way of handling them. I think everybody has an ability to deal with, quote unquote, the shadow, if you will. She has the ability to do with it, so she's masterly in that. And I don't think we should remove her from the narrative. She deserves a place, this girl. She's powerful. That's how she is. She has her life.
But that's what I mean. If you own it,
Yeah.
that's fine. Like, if I go out dressed a certain way,
Right.
I'm going to own it. I know that I'm going out and I'm getting that attention.
Right.
And I know how to own it.
Right.
And I know what to do with it. But do not pretend, please, do not pretend you don't understand why you're getting that attention, and then you don't know what to do with it, and you're complaining, and it gives you a reason to talk with your girlfriends, and this guy, and okay, it doesn't make it right for a man to go disrespect a woman. However, what I'm saying is women that do that and then act like they don't know what's happening,
Okay, I see where you're going.
please don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'm serious. If I go dressed a certain way, if I'm wearing a tight dress with high heels and showing cleavage, which I've done, I know what attention I'm getting.
Yeah.
I know. And I have no problem. I'm prepared to go out there and get that attention, and I know how to handle it. No problem. But I'm not going to turn around to one of you guys and be like, Asa, I don't know why I'm getting all this attention. It's really annoying me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Asa would look at me and be like, girl, please, look at you.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm about to deviate from the plan. I have a question. Just a question. I'm really curious, and we can just be like, no, we're not talking about this right now. But I mentioned a girl who has this life experience that I think is like, whoa, you know? What kind of, what would you really, honestly, as the woman that you are, would you like to be able to do out there that kind of push the boundaries? Like, you want to push because we want to have that freedom.
What's pushing the boundaries, though, when you're asking
No, it's
that?
like, if you were safe, if
Mhm.
you felt safe and you felt that you'd go home okay and you'd be able to do whatever you had to do tomorrow, but you were experiencing all of your female,
Energy, sexuality.
you know what I mean? And
embracing
you
it.
went out there, what would that look like?
I do it once in a while.
The Princess Warrior. Yeah.
I do it.
What
I
would the
do it.
Princess Warrior? The Princess Warrior who's the queen. She knows she got this. She owns this, and she's like,
Girl, I
You know
strap
what's
my.
making
Girl, I ain't
me
gonna lie. I
shake?
just strap my shit. I've done it with you on the street.
I've seen you do
You
it.
know.
You used me though. I was your bodyguard,
I did
and I
not
didn't get
use
paid, girl.
That day,
I was
no,
stressed.
that day was
Uh-huh.
not planned. That day was not planned. I was not dressed to be prepared for that. So that is not true.
You're talking about warrior princess. Some days, I think the beauty lies in the choice. Some days I do not want to wear makeup. I don't want to be sexy. I don't want to do any of that. And I still feel really powerful because I made that choice, And
Girl,
then
that's just because you fine as hell.
Thank you. You are too kind. No, but
She is though.
She is, though.
I just gotta say this though. Some girls just got it like that because she will wear baggy pants and wear her cap, and she's just like, wow. All right, Miss
Oh,
Thang just
wait.
walked in.
I'm
It's
just
true.
Thank you. I will
segue,
take that
sorry.
and run
But
with
I
it.
think that it lives in a lot of girls. They
Yeah.
have the potential
We all do.
to
That's the thing,
unlock
and
that in themselves.
That's what I find is beautiful is that it lies in the choice. As long as you're doing it for you, and that's what I realized. On days when I want to feel hella freaking fabulous, I will get my hair done, make sure my eyebrows are fine, make sure the outfit's all nice, make sure my shoes are looking good. And yeah, when I walk down the street, it just oozes from my pores that I'm in my body and that I'm owning it. And I think There's really beauty in that. I'm not sure if I'm even answering your princess warrior, but to me,
I think that's
being
what
a
it
princess
is.
warrior, it's like, it's not just, say that girl, if that means to her that she's owning herself by being that chick, you know, and wearing her booty shorts and going out there and being like, I'm sexually open and blah, 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 blah. Great, whatever works for you.
Whatever makes you feel great.
But you
Like
know
a,
what?
like a goddess. Like,
That's an amazing point because
Yeah.
I think sexiness also is an attitude.
mhm.
You know, like we were just joking around about a time I went out with you. I wasn't wearing anything revealing, and it's true. I got a lot of attention that day, but I felt really good.
Yeah.
And I think that exudes.
Yeah.
You know, you just walk different. Your strut's different. It's even energetic. You feel a certain way, and sometimes we're not even aware of what we're exuding. But I think that's also part of being sexy.
And there's
You know?
times of the month too, girl. Don't play. You know, the times when you crusty, stay home.
We all have that.
Or go out and just, you know,
Be
keep it.
aware.
And
Yes,
you know what?
it's true. No, but it's
Those
true.
crazy guys, don't go after the girl when she's crusty. She's crusty. Things are happening. Leave her alone. She's processing.
But it's true. But
She'll be there tomorrow.
what Lisa said is true because there's some days you're going to go out. You're not specifically wearing, you know, the dress or the high heels, or your hair's not done.
But it's a choice. It's
Right?
because you want to.
But you feel great.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, I love. You guys know how I love my heels.
Yeah, real
I won't wear heels. I won't wear heels out for men or to get the attention. And I also love lingerie. No one knows what I'm wearing underneath, but I feel good when I put it on. I do it for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so that
makes
goes
me
back.
feel away.
So I
You
guess
know?
that goes back to the girl that's wearing her booty shorts and her tank top and her high heels. She's wearing that because it makes her feel great and she feels sexy.
Yeah,
She's
she
not
does.
wearing that. She's not necessarily wearing that for the attention,
There's
But-
both. I think
but
there's
she
both.
knows
That
she's
it's
gonna
come
get
with
that
it.
attention.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when you wear your heels, you know your heels are sexy. They make you look good. They pump up your butt,
Make you
and
feel good.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you're wearing those heels because they make you feel
They
good.
make me feel good, and I
And
love them.
but you know that when you're gonna go walk on that street, you're gonna get male attention. You know it. Don't look at me like that. You know it.
Girl, you
All
know
right, I'm
it.
owning it. I'm owning
She
it.
knows it.
Yes.
You know?
But that's not what I'm saying. That's not the reason. And
No.
there are women that put on the booty shorts and the cleavage to get the attention.
Mhm.
And then there's the women that really, they do like that style. And they're owning their shit. And that's the attention they're getting. And they're good with it.
Mhm.
You know? And that's great. I just have a problem when you don't own your shit.
Mm.
Do not complain.
Don't lie to yourself or
Please.
to me or to anyone.
Or
Just-
don't lie to yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you get home and you're taking off your makeup in front of the mirror, it's only you.
Exactly.
You're facing yourself. Don't lie to
Yeah.
yourself.
Don't lie to yourself. And same goes
And it's
for
okay
yeah.
to want that male attention.
It's okay. It's fine. Why not?
Yeah.
You know? But I think, we're talking about us and dudes too, we were talking about confidence. I think that's what it is. Sitting in yourself, owning up to yourself.
Yeah.
Guys who are comfortable with themselves, there's just nothing like it.
Oh my God, yeah.
like moth to a flame. It's like, oh my God, you are sitting in yourself. You're
That's
not you're not
sexy.
yeah,
And they're not necessarily the most attractive, but they become attractive.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's something about a man that's confident. It makes him charming.
Mhm.
I love a man that's charming. Charm is a big thing, and
Yeah.
he doesn't have to be like a pretty boy, but there's something, the confidence, not to be mistaken with cockiness.
exactly, or
No.
arrogance.
No.
No.
Rudeness.
But confidence in a man is charming and very sexy.
Mhm.
I think
Very
that's
sexy.
why I feel for guys to an extent, because women, we can mimic the outward signs of being confident by wearing certain clothes, and it takes a certain kind of person to
Very true.
recognize that she take her home 3 days later she cried.
Yeah.
Myself included, no judgment. Life is life.
Does clothes affect you ladies? Like,
Of course.
What do you... No, because it's true what you just said.
You can
You
dress
know,
like
a woman could just accentuate.
Yeah.
But so could men.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they're not that smart yet. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
not true.
You're not getting that
You
smart.
gonna tell me
Go shopping.
you've never looked at a man's ass on the street? or the package?
Let me explain something to you.
Package not
If
so
you
much.
pass me, I am
actually
looking.
do.
I am looking at everything. Okay? I'm that old lady who is going to be like,
girl, own it.
that's why I am okay with catcalling, because I will catcall you. I think men are hot. Check you out all the damn time.
But it's true. Men will wear certain things that make
not
them
me.
hot too. I'm sorry.
Put a man in a suit. I'm done.
Yo,
That's
right?
it.
Put him in a fitted
You have
suit.
a paycheck.
A fitted suit.
A good one.
Nice shoes,
Mm-mm.
please.
No, but it's true what she's saying, because some men are not like specifically attractive,
Yeah.
and you put them in a suit, and it's like, wow, are you the same person?
Yeah.
No.
It's true.
But it also makes them confident.
So is that what you like? You like a man in a suit?
Yes.
See, I like both.
Well, yeah.
I like a man that could wear a suit, but also could wear like an old T-shirt with like old jeans and look hot.
Mm-hmm.
I like both. Just be clean. You don't
So
need to be
clean.
wearing all kind of cologne. Just be clean.
Lay off the Old Spice.
Can I just right? Hey, can I just say something?
I like
Yeah.
Old Spice. I have an old one
It's
though.
not. Yeah, exactly.
Just lay off.
They added
Lay
all
off.
these layers and it's not working.
Mhm.
Okay, so two things. First thing, we're talking about. I realized I don't know if it's like a biological thing, but I will scan a dude.
Oh,
will
I
go
do that.
I scan.
yeah.
It goes okay. Face. For some reason, this is the order. Face, feet, package. Face, feet, package. I don't know if it's like a weird
Could
correlation
you
between
specify
the size.
when you say package, you mean a 6-pack, or are you talking
Oh,
about?
She's talking about
I
come
know
on,
exactly what you're talking about.
girl, you
said
know
your
what
girl like
kind
to throw
of
herself
package.
under the bus. That's so
Sand sealed delivered package. So yeah, so it's weird. Even me, I realized like it's like I have to consciously stop it because it's like I catch myself just looking and I'm like, what is that? I'm not actively thinking, oh, I'm gonna look at this guy's, no, it just happens. So I think there's definitely like a biological thing, like ancestry and it goes back to the cavemen. I don't know. There's something to be said there.
Do you turn away when a guy catches you looking at him?
It depends. Like most of the time I do.
I don't.
I know.
Could you teach
But
me?
because the thing is,
What is it we have to do?
I used to not.
Yeah.
Like I used to not turn away, but I find that guys will like keep the gaze for a very
I
uncomfortable
love
amount of
that.
time.
I love that.
I love
I
that.
love that. I
Gaze,
love.
you're
That's when you might have a chance. With
For you.
Yes, because if you could hold that
Oh.
gaze with me, oh my god, in that gaze, there's gonna be a moment.
practice the gaze.
Don't make it
Self-civil.
creepy. Don't make it creepy.
No, not creepy.
Don't
but
let it turn.
it-
No, because you know when it lasts a long time.
Oh, I
It
love
can-
it.
But it can turn into a creep
There's a
look.
thin line between high.
No, there's a
creepy
thin line
because-
that has to stop with like a smirk. And then, once the smirk is there and you both smile at each other, that's it. It's sealed
Do you
right
think
there.
That sign
Do you think
sealed
that
the
they can
liver.
package that though? Can they really package that? Because there's going to be
it
a whole
works
bunch
for
of people
me.
practicing that.
It
Which I
works
think you
for me.
should.
Yeah, it's important for eye contact is necessary.
Do you know what? Like we said
Why?
before in the
Yeah.
other episode, I don't pick up men. So that's how I do it.
With your eyes.
Yeah, with my eyes. So it's all in the gaze.
It is all in the gaze. And I
For
just
me.
want to say,
Yeah.
okay, so we were talking about turn on, turn offs. Like, I'm just bringing it back for 1 second because I just thought of a major turn off. It's nice to tease, but there's a way to tease me. You know what I mean? And some guys, like, say I was at a party and I was wearing my Russian hat. I didn't take it off. I was fine with it. It was part of my style. I was comfortable. And, and the guy, instead of coming up to me and being like, hey, how are you? Oh, my name is da-da-da. You look beautiful. He's like, oh, aren't you really hot with that hat on your head? I'm like, is that
your
all you
come
got?
on?
No,
Like,
that's
really?
That's
the-
code word for I'm insecure. so
Yeah,
I'm gonna post that at you.
insecure.
No,
Oh
we're
my
back
God.
to we're back to
Middle school. When they're
Right?
throwing rocks at you because they like you.
I'm
That's
so
what I
whack.
do.
on your hair.
That's what I do.
My
That's what I
friend,
do.
my friend likes you.
My friend likes
Oh,
you. Be
God.
nice to him. Oh, God.
No. Back. Let's back up.
Milkshake.
Confidence is
Confidence.
sexy.
Yes. Confidence is
Own
key.
it.
Confidence
Own it.
is key. If you only remember one thing from this whole conversation, man,
Confidence.
be confident. You have
Own
things
it.
to offer.
Yes.
You have things that
Yes.
you can only offer
Yes.
you as a unique person and own up to that.
So how do
Believe
you
in
know
that.
what you have to offer if you don't learn to feel good by yourself.
Exactly, but that's
Find
not
a
like,
place that feels
you
good.
can't feel confident.
That can
then.
be interpreted.
If you're not,
By yourself.
if you're not, then you wouldn't be confident.
Well, that's the point, but you got to start somewhere. So why don't you start looking for things that make you feel good about yourself? And if that means people watching, here's an example. People watch. Stand in the corner of the street and people watch. And when you see something you like on someone, feel if you can feel confident to say, I like that. Try that. Please.
So people out there, be confident, love yourselves.
Yes.
Know yourself.
Know yourselves. Know your boundaries. Know how to be not creepy. that's and make eye contact. Eye
Otherwise,
contact
we'll
is
make
nice,
fun of you.
right?
We will. We're not
And
perfect
on
either.
that, ladies.
Oh,
Oh, really?
On that note,
On that note, catch us next week for the next episode of Let's Talk About It. Click, ladies.